12 of the National Football League. And with us is Kenny Moore, who got himself a pick last week in a boatload of tackles. It's the Colts and the Lions on EA Sports.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today our coverage kicks off with a good one here between the Indianapolis Colts and the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They come in feeling good after
going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, even with all the games we have broadcast together over the years, partner, seems like every time we see something new and kind of get that feeling we might get something unique here in this one as well.
No two games ever really the same, are they, Brandon? Because there's always a couple little details, standout performances, big plays that help set each game apart. That makes every one of them entertaining to be a part of.
It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
Okay, I'm not taking a turn to negative town, even though it's going to sound like it. The 2 interceptions he threw last week, those obviously have to be eliminated, and that was the focus of practice this week. But let's face it, he did throw 3 touchdown passes.
And they got the win.
And they got the win, so I think it was a good week for him to work on things. Had some positives, the win being first and foremost. Now he's just got to eliminate those interceptions.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The numbers for him from a week ago: 18 carries, 55 yards.
And even though it's a short week, running backs love when they're in a groove, and that's exactly where he is right now. He's hoping to feast a little bit more here on Thanksgiving.
Right back to Swift again on second down. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. And just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Back to throw. Jennings. That's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. They nearly sprung him that time as he takes us all the way down to the 37. 15 yards for the Lions there and a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They will run straight ahead with Swift. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They run. It's Oliver. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Jennings. To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done. First down, Lions on a pickup of 13. Solid opening drive so far, Charles, they moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
On 1st and 10, Jennings. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Colts pick it up.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to the positive side this time. Yeah, there was a fumble at the end of this one, but what a sustained drive. And if they can keep stringing those together, you got to like their chances.
And credit the defense, though. You're out there for that long, you start to get tired, but they were able to get the turnover.
Did you just credit the defense?
I like to credit the defense and the offense.
I like you.
And the analysts.
That's perfect.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Wentz. And that is incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Wentz going to throw. And that is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Wentz. And now another one thrown incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Lions will take over. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
His first carry of their 2nd drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their 1st drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find things before they even open and hurtling through him.
1st down, and they go with Swift again. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Once again, it's Swift. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. 48 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 31-yard line. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Swift going to try up the middle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. They run out of the gun with Swift. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. They run it here with Oliver. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
It takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is good. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to remember, this is a team that lost on Sunday. Now they get a very quick turnaround to play again. How difficult is that to do?
It's difficult under any normal circumstance when you're coming off of a loss.
And he lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And into the end zone, a scoop and score. The fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return? Everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home.
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows to 10-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. First and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 carries, 68 yards, and a touchdown.
And even though it's a short week, running backs love when they're in a groove, and that's exactly where he is right now. He's hoping to feast a little bit more here on Thanksgiving.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. Wentz going to give this to Taylor. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
That was good, tough running right up the middle, and if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Into the red zone. Wentz. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Wentz now to throw. And it's caught. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. On 2nd and goal, Wentz, and he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. Kirby Joseph. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop it.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
Three tight ends up front here. 3rd and goal. Now Wentz. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. That will bring up 4th down and an 11-yard loss to boot.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal, now brings up a decision on 4th down.
Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. Sly able to put this one through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So, 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
DeAndre Swift heading back out with his Detroit teammates. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, There's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock, but barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. Oh, able to avoid him. 74 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
On first down, Jennings. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's a handoff to Swift running left. Oh, good move. And he's got some space here. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Throwing on first down, Jennings. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. On the run, it's Oliver. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Looking to throw, Jennings. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down. And this one is right down the middle. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And no thought of a return here for Hines. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That good for 22 and a first down.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down. Throwing is Wentz. Toward the sideline, it's complete. An athletic grab, but still well short of the first. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they came into play here off 2 straight victories. Are back to 500 on the year. But, Charles, is this little mini run coming too late to salvage their season?
Well, they definitely dug themselves a hole that leaves them needing to play almost perfect football from here on out. But I do believe they think that they've got this thing turned around, and they are capable of doing exactly that.
And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. 123 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Okay, every now and then, my defensive bias will leak out here. Abysmal play for them. You've got them backed up, and you let them out.
Couldn't take advantage. And you know who's happy? The punter. Because if he was needed, they gave him a lot of space to work with now.
Yeah, because he would have had a lot to think about, right? Don't step over the back line and give him a safety. Now he's got room if he needed it.
Here's a carry for Oliver. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's a handoff to Swift. And the defense closes quickly there, and he'll get maybe a yard to the 33. To throw on third down, Jennings. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Walked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked it down to force a 4th down?
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. Back deep for the Colts, Nyheim Hines. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Throwing on first is Wentz. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Wentz, he's going to look deep for Watkins. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Tommy Townsend now as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Well, let's shine the spotlight on the former Georgia Bulldog, DeAndre Swift, who's set to begin this next drive. So officially now a 1,000-yard campaign for him, but I don't think he's going to take his foot off the gas pedal.
Yeah, it's one of those thoughts, though, that creeps into your mind because there is a little mini celebration over on the sidelines. Everybody, hey, job well done, over 1,000 already. But guaranteed, as you noted, someone's jumped in the huddle and said, a lot more to be done, guys. Let's not, would you say take your foot off the pedal? Let's not do that right now. But there is that possibility as people can get self-satisfied. The greats do not. We'll find out what he's made of.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jennings. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Back to throw. Jennings. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw again. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks so much. We'll get back to you and Charles in Detroit in just a moment. But first, let's take a look at what's following our 2 games later today. In the early window, we'll have our eye on that game in Jacksonville. The Jaguars going to need to be on their A game as they'll take on the always tough Green Bay Packers. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on the Cleveland Browns. And finally, on Sunday Night Football, they've got a good one lined up between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Las Vegas Raiders. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Colts. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Lions, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. And the Colts ready to go to work to start the third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first half.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
The fumble on first down now. Here's second down. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to fourth down.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. The Colts send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So here are the Lions to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. A little juke. 138 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
On 1st and 10, Jennings. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. On 2nd down, Swift. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game. So he's really made his presence felt in this one.
They run. It's Oliver. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have. We had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do, put up signs that say, roads closed.
Wentz now on 1st down. Pass complete downfield. It's Pierce. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Throwing on second down. Wentz. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones who need to touch the ball.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now a handoff up the middle. And he loses the football a second time. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble. Remember, earlier in this game, he lost a fumble. This time, it hit the deck, but he got it back.
Yeah, do you think he's breathing a monster sigh of relief right now? Could you imagine losing 2 in the same game and how that would affect you moving forward? Well, for him, high and tight, just like a good haircut. Never go wrong that way. Hold that football.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jennings. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Shaquille Leonard able to use that strength to get him for a loss of 2. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
On 3rd down, Jennings escaping the pressure right. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the 1st down. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So now on comes the field goal unit. And, wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Yeah, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And he returns this to the 22. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And he can muster only a couple here to the 24. Now Wentz on third down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to fourth down. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
The Colts send out their punter, standing just outside his own goal line. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Working with a 2nd and 3. Up the middle they go. It's Oliver, and he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They go back to the ground, this time Swift. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
They run it here with Oliver. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Swift going to try up the middle. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. This offense so far on third down, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Jennings. Open man right side is St. Brown. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
On first down, Jennings. That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 15-yard line. 14 yards that time for number 14.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Here's Swift. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. Swift again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up 1st downs, and if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
They'll try to run with Swift. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. On 1st down, Wentz. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. That's just his 2nd catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game, and they've done a great job of doing that.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. That's complete to Pierce. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now Wentz. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Again, it's Wentz. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Throwing now is Wentz. And that is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and the deficit will stay at 3 scores.
Well, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I just brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. That is showing an awful lot of confidence in the kicker to try and hit from 61 yards, and this one winds up no good.
Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On 3rd down, here comes Swift.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Wentz to throw. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. The offense on 3rd down, it has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. And he'll find Pittman. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Wentz now on 1st down. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Wentz.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Now Wentz, got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And he's going to take this one down to the 25. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's a carry for Oliver. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
They will run going straight ahead with Swift. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
Right back to Swift again on second down.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll try and run here with Swift.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall there, and it leads to a 4th down. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
Wentz going to go on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go through with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
They'll run right here with Swift.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions.
And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Detroit, they move back over 500 now at 6-5. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now on the year. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots.